If you're someone who's been trading for a while now and you have a hard time finding a really simple system that is very effective in your favor, believe me, because I've been there and I've had my hardships with trading in the past, and that is why I'm here today to show you guys my simple, what I believe is a very simple 3-step strategy that I use in the markets every single day, and that has accumulated me a grand total of $450,000 in payouts and counting. And yes, this is a system that I personally trade myself, that I teach all my mentorship students, and that I trade on a daily basis. Now let's hop on the charts to show you guys some real life examples of how simple my 3-step formula is. All right, let's get started, all right? First things first, step number 1, we're going to identify our objective. What does this mean? Every day coming into market open, we are going to want price to do 2 things. Being what? We're going to want to see price either go up in an uptrend, or we're going to want to see price go down in a downtrend, right? Meaning what? Meaning we as continuation based traders, for those of you guys who don't know, I trade continuation. So if you are going to trade my strategy, I hope you trade continuation as well. Meaning what? Meaning we play with the trends. If price is going in an uptrend, what are we going to do? Are we going to try to catch the top and short? No. Why? Because if price is in an uptrend, statistically speaking, price will continue to go in an uptrend until it has met its objective. And even then, it could keep on pushing higher and higher and higher. It does not have to reject off the objective, but a lot of the times you will see price reject off its objective. What is an objective? An objective is some sort of imbalance in the market, an opposing fair value gap, an opposing new week opening gap, or new day opening gap, right? It could also be session liquidity. What is session liquidity? For those of you who don't know what session liquidity is, if you don't know what an imbalance such as a fair value gap or new week opening gap is, I'll explain that in a second. But first off, session liquidity, you're going to need this indicator right here, ICT kill zones and pivots. This is the only indicator you ever need to really see success in trading. In my opinion, with objectives and draws and liquidity, literally the only indicator you'll need, right? It tells you Asia session, London session, New York AM, and New York lunch, PM. I don't even look at that. I'm not going to lie. I only use it for Asia and London. That's essentially it. But what a fair value gap is going to be, if you guys don't know what a fair value gap is, please watch my other videos explaining what a fair value gap is. You can go down on my page, watch this video called AJ Academy, fair value gaps, and that'll explain everything. But session liquidity is what I just explained. It is the high and low of an overnight or current day session, right? And those timestamps are literally told to you right here. I believe Asia is from 8 p.m. to midnight, London is from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m., and then New York is obviously from 9:30 a.m. all the way to 4 p.m. You can see here, you have New York AM, then you have lunch, then you have PM. But if you look at a normal day, after PM, we have Asia and then London. And these highs and lows from each session are going to be used as objectives. What do I mean by that? I mean, we identify our targets. If we look at Asian highs, let's look at each high of each session, right? Let's take a look, because this is actually a perfect example. I just marked out New York lunch high, New York PM high, New York Asian high, and London high. Let's take a look at how price reacts once it sweeps each session's high, right? We sweep this session's high, oh, we dump. We sweep this high, oh, we reverse. We sweep this high to the tick, Asian highs, and we instantly just dump like 50 points. How many points is this? 30 points, right? So you can see how price reacts off those objectives. That's what I was trying to teach you guys up here. If price is in an uptrend, what do we want to do? We want to play the uptrend, targeting our objective. And price has every right to run through that objective. Price does not need to hold this uptrend. It can easily reverse at any given point in time. So now that we have our objective, what are we going to do, right? Step 1, we found our objective. Coming to market open, I see, for example, today, what I see. Today I saw we swept Asian and London high, but we have London and Asian lows resting below us, right? So with London and Asian lows, mind you, the market opens here at 9:29 a.m., right? Or 9:30, sorry. 9:29 is when I'm looking for a trade. 9:29 is when I'm asking myself what's going to happen at 9:30, right? And if we take a look at price here, we have London and Asian lows untapped. What does this mean? There are our targets for the day, right? And you can see how price reacts when it takes out London low. That's the first wick to the upside you get in this entire move down. And then again at Asian lows, we start consolidating. Why do we start consolidating and then eventually reversing? Because price met its objective. And what are we going to do here if price is in a clear downtrend? We're going to try to short to our objectives without getting caught in chop or without entering after the objective was met. Because after the objective was met, I told you guys, yes, price does not have to reverse, but there's a likelihood that it has every right to reverse, right? Step 2 is going to be identifying price. So when I say what is causing price to move, I mean one of 2 things, meaning there's an imbalance in the market, being a fair value gap. Here are my fair value gap settings that you guys can copy. Middle line, background, extend right is on. text coordinates, I don't think any of that actually matters, but background, here are my opacity settings, and if I click on this, I'll show you what code. 5D606B is my color. I have 27% opacity. And what else am I going to use? I'm going to use the fib. Here are all my fib settings, so you guys can copy. This is literally all you need when it comes to fibs, right? Is 0, 1, 0.5, 0.618, 0.705, and 0.79. Yours might not look exactly like this in the sense that like I put them in random slots. They might all be on the left for you, all be on the right for you, but these are the only decimal points you need. It doesn't matter if I type 0.618 here, it won't matter. It doesn't matter where you type it. It will show up on the right spot on the graph. So if your thing is out of order, don't worry. Trust me, I've had it that before. It really doesn't matter. So now let's use today as an example. So coming to market open today, what are we going to do off the bat? Step 1 is identify our objective, right? What does that mean? We have London and Asian low resting below us. So what are we going to do? We're going to say these are our objectives. I want price to come down and take out London lows and Asian lows. Step 1 completed. Our objective. What does that mean? That means we want to see a bearish trend continue. You might see this and think, oh, Ali, this is an uptrend, right? Because if you draw this and you take it out of the way, it is a very obvious uptrend, right? What I see is a bunch of stacked lows giving us low resistance liquidity, meaning price is very weak and is very likely to get swept there. And if we hop on the higher time frame, being the 4-hour, we could see price is actually extremely bearish. Price is in a clear bearish downtrend, right? Now let's take a look at the hourly time frame and look for what? Gaps and Fibonacci's, right? And if we take a look at price, we can see two things here. We have a giant 1-hour bearish gap that we actually never ended up inversing, that I really thought we did, but we did not. So we have an hourly bearish gap that price is respecting. And if we grab our fib from this high to this low, we could see we are actually inside OTE of the bearish range. What is OTE? OTE stands for optimal trade entry. It is the optimal point in price where price should statistically retrace to before fully reversing in the other direction. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab it from the high. When you grab your tool, if you're looking for longs, you're going to grab it from the low of the range to the high of the range, right? So I'm playing with this range here from 10 a.m. to noon. And this is just an example. This is a literally random example. You guys just saw me grab on the charts. Watch out, price tapped 0.618 to the tick before fully reversing back up to 0 and then dumping, right? So that is how we use it. We use it to retrace to its draw and then use the full extension as an objective as well. And if we look at today, we could grab this high right here all the way down to this low, and we could see price was in between 0.618 and 0.705. That range from 0.618 to 0.705 is going to be considered our golden range. A lot of people like calling it the golden pocket. I'm just telling you that is our golden range where we can expect price to retrace from. So now we know two things. We are in a bearish OTE, a bearish optimal trade entry area, and we are in a bearish hourly fair value gap. Meaning what? Meaning our objective for the day is bearish, and what is causing price to move to the downside? This gap and this fib. Now let's hop down to a lower time frame. Step 3 is the last and final step. Now that we have identified where price wants to go, we've identified why price is moving where we want price to go. Now we are simply entering the trade. Now this is obviously the hardest step, because realistically, if it was the easiest step, everyone would be super rich, making infinite money trading. So this is going to be the hardest step when it comes to actually trading my system, is identifying a low time frame entry and entering that position. And now if we scale down to a lower time frame, on the higher time frame, as I mentioned before, we are in higher time frame OT and a higher time frame gap with our take profits resting below us, right? So we have our objectives and we have our high time frame imbalances. Now let's take a look at the lower time frame. We'll grab this high to this low. What did price retrace into? 0.5. What did price retrace into? A 5-minute gap, right? Simply off that, price tap 0.5, price tap the 5-minute gap. What I do on the higher time frame? Tap 0.5 on the higher time frame range and a gap on the higher time frame range. Same thing on the lower time frame. We're applying the same thing on the higher time frame. Now scale down to the lower time frame. Wait for confirmation trigger. Bang, boom. This personally, I wouldn't enter off this. What I waited for today was a retrace into this gap right here. I got a very late entry today. Today was an example of a day that just didn't retrace. And this is a trade I tried taking. My trade away didn't work, but I did take this on some evals and made some money. But as you can see, it played out. And if you actually wanted to hold this all the way down to Asian lows, you could have, and you would have smacked TP as well, right? But typically, my entry model would have looked something like this. But this was just such a big candle. I really didn't like it because price also took out the low. I didn't like this market open. It was also inside a bunch of bullish gaps. It just didn't make sense to me. I really wanted price to push lower and give us less of a volatile entry. So what I did is I waited for more structure and I waited for the first bearish imbalance price gave us on the 1 minute time frame to enter off. So I basically just waited for the nearest imbalance to get tapped into before the nearest objective was met, right? So what did we do on the higher time frame? Fibs gap. What do we do in the lower time frame? Fibs gap, and then wait for a displacement. If you wanted to, you could have literally entered off the fib and gap tap. I have a lot of students who personally do enter off this. One of my students who does this literally just bought a Ferrari 812, which is stupid to think about. And another one is literally buying an M4 comp in cash. Again, like these kids are cracked at trading, and the way they trade my system is obviously a little bit different than me. I wait for confirmation like that. That's an example of a trade I wouldn't take personally because I didn't like the way we swept this low. But systematically speaking, it is a displacement out of a fib and gap to a clear objective. So this is an example of my system playing out without me. And this is how some of my students have adjusted my strategy to work for them, is to just enter off the Fibonacci and gap tap. So find a way and you can tweak this system to work for you where it makes more sense. If it makes more sense for you to enter off OTE of the range, which like I said, if you enter off that, you could have also entered here, which it was like 5 in the morning, but something like that. To each their own. You can apply this system to your trading and find what makes the most sense to you. I know a lot of you guys love entering off fib taps alone and gap taps, and a lot of you guys love entering off simple displacements as I do. Why? It is much higher win rate. I find my success rate with it is extremely high. My win rate has significantly improved. And it's just a lot easier for me to trade with more confirmation. I'm more confident and I'm more simplified when I'm trading. And with that being said, I hope you guys understand my simplest model that I have created myself, and I hope you guys can apply it and really learn it in the markets so you guys can see success with it yourself. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. I will be here to answer. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace out.